We'll start in a seated position today. So if you have a block, you might like to sit on the block to lift hips up a bit, make them more comfortable. Let's come into a position that's comfortable for you. You can have your legs crossed or legs out, whatever works for you. And I just want you to sit quietly and tune in. I invite you to close your eyes and take some breaths. Just come into inside and just notice your breath. Notice as you breathe in, your chest rising, and as you breathe out, your chest falling. You might like to bring your left hand to your heart center and your right hand to your belly. Lifting your spine up nice and tall, like there's a string on top of your head that's bringing your spine out nice and tall. Taking a couple of deeper breaths now, and notice that rise and fall. So we're in the position of a new moon at the moment. So a new moon is a time when you can set yourself aspirations, plant the seeds. So for the next 30 days until we get to the full moon, you can grow. So it might be that you want to bring better health, or might be more love or more finance, whatever it is that you want to bring into your life. It might be just being kinder to yourself, doing less, whatever it is you want to do, planting the seeds for that at this time. So in 30 days' time, when we come to the full moon, you'll be able to look back and see what progress you've made. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. And last one. And relax your hands back to your knees. Just give your shoulders a little roll back. And then roll them the other way, rolling forward. And then bring some bigger arms in. Moving with your breath. And back the other way. And then bringing your right hand down to the mat. Bring your left hand over top. Stretching the left side of your body. Inhale to the center and then exhale to the other side. Just move from side to side with your breath. Exhale as you stretch to the side. Notice how your body's feeling. Notice any tension anywhere. Notice thoughts. Just let them come and go. Leaving behind the busyness of your morning. Let's go one more on each side. And then bring your hands back to center and take your right hand behind you, lifting up through the spine, left hand to the right knee, looking over your right shoulder, nice twist. Take a couple of breaths here. And then come to the front, inhale, and exhale, go to the other side. Just twisting a little more on each exhalation. Notice where you're feeling that in your body. And then come back to the front. If you're sitting up on a block, just take the block out and come down onto the ground with your legs out in front. And then inhale, raise your arms up, gazing up towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward. And bring your hands down to your shins or your ankles or your toes. Taking a few breaths here. Noticing the stretch down the back of your legs and through the lower back. One more breath. And then release. And let's bend our left knee and bring our left sole of our foot next to the right thigh. And then lift yourself up so you're on the sit bones, nice tall spine. Inhale, raise your gaze, stretch up towards the sky, and exhale, fold forward. Flex your right foot. So you might have your hands on your ankle or your shins or your toes. Again, connecting with the stretch down the back of the right leg, but also through the left hip and glute. 3 deep breaths here. And then release and swap your legs over. So coming back to your intention of what you want to nurture, and one's going to be abundance. So bringing in all good things and exhale, fold forward. And relax your knee so it allows it to come back down towards the ground. 3 deep breaths. And release. Bring the right foot forward, and we'll do one more to the center. So lift up onto your sit bones again. Nice tall spine. Inhale as you stretch up towards the ceiling, and exhale, fold forward. Flexing your toes back, connecting with your toes or your ankles or your shins, and gaze towards your big toes, and just relax your body into the stretch. And 3 big, deep, slow breaths. And release. And then coming onto your back and hugging knees up to your chest. And you might like to roll your knees in a circle or rock from side to side. Go one way and then the other. Just releasing any tension on your lower back. And then allow your feet to come down to the mat. Knees are still bent, arms straight out from your shoulders. We're going to inhale and then exhale, take the knees to the right as you gaze towards the left. Taking 3 deep breaths. Each time you exhale, allow your body to twist a little more. Shoulders are on the ground, so you may feel a little stretch through the chest as well. And then inhale, bring your knees to the center. Exhale, bring the knees to the left, gaze towards the right. So feeling a nice stretch down the right side of the body. 3 nice long deep breaths. Inhale, knees back to the center and hug the knees to your chest. And give them a little roll around or rock and roll. Just releasing any tension in the lower back and flushing out your spine. And then from here, roll yourself up to sitting, and then we'll come to tabletop position for some cat-cows. So have your knees hip width apart and your hands shoulder width apart, nice open palms, nice long spine. And we're going to inhale, lift up our chest and raise our gaze, have a nice curve through the back. And exhale, nod your chin in and lift your spine up towards the ceiling. Feel that nice stretch through the shoulders and the back of the neck. And then inhale, lift up again. Just opening up all the little spaces in your spine, stretching the neck and shoulders. One more. Taking these a little wider and bring your buttocks down to your heels. Lift up your chest and then walk your hands forward into child's pose. And bring your forehead down towards the mat. And walking your fingers forward, relaxing into the position, surrendering into child's pose. 3 long, deep breaths. On the next inhalation, come back up to tabletop. And we're going to move into doing thread the needle. So we're going to move our right hand towards the center of the mat. Inhale, lift up the left hand, opening up through the chest, looking up towards the left thumb. And exhale, bringing the left hand under the right. And take the right hand forward. And feel the stretch through the left scapula. It's taking 3 long, deep breaths. Feel that stretch. On the next inhalation, come back up to all fours. And this time slide the left hand in a little bit. Inhale, lift up the right hand, open up through the chest. And exhale, slide the right hand under the left arm and bring the left hand forward and bring your right ear down towards the mat. And relax into a nice deep stretch through the right scapula and 3 long deep breaths. Coming back up to all fours. And let's take ourselves into our first downward dog. So tucking your toes under, lift up your hips and bring your heels down towards the mat and let your body stretch out. Feel the stretch down the back of your legs and through your shoulders. You might like to paddle your heels down towards the mat. And then take your feet wide and walk your hands up underneath you into a wide-legged forward bend. You can heel toe your feet a bit wider and have the weight of your body on the outside edge of your feet. Walk your hands underneath you. Let the crown of your head point down towards the mat. And just hang upside down, opening up the spaces between the spine again, stretching the back of your legs and releasing any tension in your lower back. 3 nice long deep breaths. And on the next inhalation, lifting your chest up, stretching your back. Heel toe your feet a little closer, slight bend in your knees, and come up to standing. Nice work, everyone. How you going? You all good? Yep, good. So let's go from here. Let's inhale, lift up our arms up into mountain pose. And exhale to the side. And then inhale to the center. Exhale to the side. Let's go 2 more on each side. Give your body a nice stretch. And then bring your hands back to heart center. And I invite you to close your eyes. Come back to your breath and come back to the intention you set yourself for your practice. Just taking 3 deep breaths. Imagine as you breathe in, the energy coming up from the earth, up through your feet, up your legs, up your spine, and out through the crown of your head. It's raising your energy, raising your vibration. And then coming to the back of the mat, and we'll do our warrior sequence. So we're going to start with turning our left foot out, step forward with the right. Inhale, lift our arms, raise our gaze, lift our chest, bending the right knee and reaching up towards the sky or the ceiling. Feel the stretch through the hip. Let's take one more breath. And then bring your hands in front of you and then into humble warrior. Lengthening out the right leg and lift your hands up above your lower back, lifting your chest a little bit, stretching through the shoulders. And one more breath here. And then releasing your hands down to the mat. If you have a block, you can put the block next to your right foot, put your right hand on it and inhale, lift up. Opening up the left hand, opening up the chest, looking up towards the left thumb into triangle pose. So nice stretch through the right hamstrings and the chest. One more deep breath here. And then exhale the left hand back down to the mat, come up to standing and step back. Give your legs and arms a little shake. Turn the right foot out, step forward with the left. Inhale, lift through the chest, raise your arms, raise your gaze. Left knee is bent, so nice and strong on the left leg. And feel the stretch through the right hip. Reaching up nice and tall like you're holding up a beach ball. One more big breath here. And then as you fold forward, bring your hands behind you into warrior pose, lengthening out the left leg, lifting up through the chest and lifting your hands off your lower back, stretching through the shoulders. Some deep breaths. And one more deep breath. And then releasing, coming back up to standing. Give yourself a little shake. Okay, from here we're going to go into our sun salute. So we'll do 3 rounds, and if you want to have a rest at any time, you can go into child's pose or savasana. We're going to step forward to the front of the mat with our feet fairly close together. We're going to inhale, lift up our arms, reach up for the sky in mountain pose, exhaling, folding forward. And then stepping back into plank. You can either go into high plank or bring your knees down to the mat, your choice. And then bringing your chest down to the mat. Inhale, lift up into upward dog. And then roll over your toes into downward dog. Step forward into forward bend. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest. And then inhale, come back up to standing and bring your hands back to heart center. So that's the first round. We've got 2 more to go. So let's inhale, lift up, raise our gaze, stretching up, exhaling, folding forward, and step back. Inhale as you slowly lower your body down to the mat. Lift up through the chest. Exhale as you roll into downward dog. And inhale, step forward. Lifting up through the chest. Exhale as you hug your knees into your chest. Inhale, come back up to standing and back to heart center. Let's take a couple of breaths here. We'll even out your breathing. And go through the last one at your own pace, or come with me. So it's inhale, lift up, stretching up, reaching for the sky. Exhale, folding forward and step back into plank. Inhale, slowly lower the body to the mat. Lift up through the chest. And exhale into downward dog. Inhale as you step forward into the forward bend. Lift up through the chest and then hug your knees into your chest. Slight bend in your knees. Come back up to standing and back to heart center. Nice. Okay, let's just, I invite you to close your eyes. Come back to your intention. Come back inward again. Notice how your body's feeling. And notice how your breath is. One more breath here. And let's do some balancing work. So we start with the tree pose. If you need to be somewhere close by to something you can hold on to, you can. So we're going to open up our toes on our right foot, move our hips in a circle so we're connected to the anchor points. Find a drishti point that you can stare at. And then we're going to lift up our left foot, the toes next to our right ankle. And when you're ready, lift the foot up either to your calf, or you can go higher above your knee, but not on your knee. That's it. So come into your position and then bring your hands to heart center. Find your drishti point and come back to your breathing. So noticing all the little stabilizers trigger in. 3 more breaths. Beautiful work. And release. Okay, give your legs a little shake and we'll take it to the other side. So moving your hips again, feeling the anchor points on underneath the left foot, and then bringing your right toes to the left ankle, knee out to the side, and bring that right foot up to wherever is going to work for you, and bring your hands to heart center. Find your drishti point and quieten down your breath. Noticing all those little stabilizers kicking in. 3 deep breaths. Well done, good job. And release. Give it a little shake. Okay, let's try some loosening up work for our glutes. We'll go into pigeon pose. So we're going to come down to the mat into all fours. And we're going to bring our left knee forward and then take the left foot across to the right side of the mat. So it's in that position there. And then I want you to slide the right leg back a little bit. And you should start to feel a little bit of a stretch in the left glute. So you can stay here if you want, or you can bring your forearms down to the mat. So this one's to release tension in the glute area. That's it. And then help the lower back. It's called pigeon pose. Sometimes we do this on our back, but I know all of you have got good knees, so I thought we'll give it a go on the front today. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then bring your hands back up to the mat and come back to tabletop position. Okay, let's get settled there, and then bring the right knee forward and bring the right foot across to the left side of the mat. And then slowly lower Slide the left leg back. Yeah. So I think, Deb, you need to come back. Everyone else keep doing it. Deb, if you come back to, I'll show you the side view. So you take the right knee forward and then the right foot goes in front of the left knee and then you slide it back. That's better. Yeah. So you should feel it in that right glute. Okay. And then you can come down to forearms. I invite you to close your eyes and just focus on where that's stretching in the right glute. One more deep breath. And then come back up to all fours. And let's go into child's pose just to flush all that out. So bring our bottoms down to our heels, chest up nice and tall, and walk forward with your hands. So you bring your forehead down towards the mat and relax into the pose, feeling a nice stretch through the shoulders and that lower back. Taking 3 long deep breaths. And then let's come onto our back with our knees bent, feet on the floor. And we're going to bring our heels close to our buttocks, our palms on the ground next to our hips, and inhale, lift up through the hips, coming into bridge pose. Pushing through the heels, nod your chin into your chest. You can leave your hands where they are, or you can bring them underneath you and clasp them together. Walk your shoulders a little closer so you get a nice shoulder stretch as well. Taking 3 long deep breaths here. And then release your hands and slowly lower your body to the mat. Hug your knees to your chest. And just give that a little rinse. And from here, let's go into our legs up position. So you might have your legs up the wall or go into shoulder stand or just have a supported stand so you can put your block or a bolster underneath your hips, whatever works for you. So as you inhale, bring your legs up. If you're going into shoulder stand, supporting your hips and bring elbows slightly together, legs up in the air, giving your ankles some little circles. Nice and light with your feet. You might give your legs a little shake. Come back to your breathing. And then take your legs wide. And then bending your knees, bring your soles of your feet together like a butterfly. And then lifting your feet up tall, nice and tall again. If you're in shoulder stand, you can bring your feet over your head towards the ground behind you into plow pose and release your hands down to the mat. Taking 3 long deep breaths. And then on the next inhalation, slowly bring your spine down to the mat and come into a comfortable position for Savasana. We'll do a little meditation. So get yourself really comfortable. You might have an eye pillow. You might want to put a rug underneath your head. You might want to put a rug over you to keep you nice and warm. keeping all the good energy that you've just created. Taking 3 long deep breaths, relaxing your body into the floor. Feeling the earth supporting you in your practice. Let your breathing relax and let it come and go as it pleases. Soften your scalp and soften your face, your forehead, your temples, your eyelids, your eyes. Let your eyes sink deep into their sockets. Relax your jaw. Let your chin move towards your chest. Soften your cheeks. Let your lips part a little and soften around your mouth. Let your tongue relax comfortably inside your mouth. Imagine that the roof of your mouth is expanding. Swallow and relax your throat and neck. Let the weight of your head drop down into the support underneath. Let the relaxation flow down into your shoulders, down deep inside your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and sigh the breath out through your mouth. Softening more in your shoulders and softening into the chest. The relaxation flows from your shoulders now down to your arms, into your hands and fingers. You feel your whole body releasing into the floor, giving into rest. Be aware of your back. Feel it being drawn down into the floor as you allow the muscles to sink down. As your breath goes out, keep sinking your back down into the floor. Now with each out breath, keep softening into your abdomen and chest. Be aware of your legs. Feel the large muscles of your thighs becoming heavy, falling down into the floor. The feeling of relaxation flows down through your knees, into your lower legs, into your feet and toes. Now your whole body is relaxed. You've dropped down into a state of deep rest. With each breath, breathe in softly, breathe out patiently. Let the quiet breaths nourish you with their softness and patience. Allow yourself to just be and to feel a sense of openness and spaciousness. As you breathe, be aware of your heart. Open your heart to yourself and gently bring love into your heart for yourself. Make room for yourself, enveloping yourself in loving kindness and compassion. Say to yourself, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. Picture someone in your life who has truly cared for you. Picture them close to your heart and carefully say to yourself, may they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well. May they be peaceful and at ease. May they be happy. Allow this feeling of loving kindness to expand to everyone doing yoga together today. Fill the space with your care and kindness and say to yourself, May they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well. May they be peaceful and at ease. May they be happy. Now picture someone who you're acquainted with but don't know very well. For instance, someone you see in a shop or on a train, someone you encounter regularly, and say to yourself, may they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well. May they be peaceful and at ease. May they be happy. Picture someone whose personality you find difficult to take. Any negative thoughts that come into the mind are allowed to pass, observed but without interaction. Picture them again and recall your compassion. Say to yourself, may they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well. May they be peaceful and at ease. May they be happy. Now allow your loving kindness to spread and include the entire city that we live in, and imagine it expanding through the whole state, the whole country, the whole world. Slowly envelope the whole world in loving kindness. Slowly and gently, let your love spread to all beings everywhere. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May they be well. May they be peaceful and at ease. May they be happy. Allow yourself to just be and feel a sense of warmth and openness and spaciousness. Just relax into Savasana for a few minutes, just enjoying the energy and the peacefulness. Starting to notice your breath again and stretching out your fingers and toes. Give them a little wiggle. And when you're ready, roll to one side. And coming into a comfortable seated position. I invite you to close your eyes and just notice how your body's feeling. Notice how your energy is and notice your mind. Each time you practice yoga, it's an opportunity to observe yourself without judgment. Let's bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts, to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. Thank you for your beautiful yoga today.